Maybe.
I think you need to come a bit closer.
I think we are live. Hello.
Hello.
Can you see us / hear us is the big question we always have. And we shall wait because there's some lag. No response.
Yes.
Now I
was,
see.
that was
I
a
think
hi.
now.
Yeah. Okay. Excellent.
Okay, you can hear us, see us, we see, we hear.
We are like here having two screens. That's why we're tilting our heads. It's very confusing.
There we are.
Hello from Dusseldorf. It's what a friend recently told us, and we actually liked it because it's been drizzling a lot lately.
Yes, like really a lot. Dusseldorf. That's the new name. Hello everyone. Wow, we already said hi to you, but still making it live. Hey Nick. Hey Fanny. Hey Lauren. Wow. Hey Nee. Melvin. I can't read so
Hello,
fast.
Jan.
Jan. Hello. Are you Hungarian, Jan? Your name sounds very Hungarian. That's why I'm asking. Hello, Viking213. That's a really cool name. Robin, hey. No, I'm Slovak. Okay. Super cool.
Hello from Bonn. Yay.
Yvonne from Bonn. Hola.
No, that was Miranda from Bonn.
Because you're Yvonne from Bonn. Hello.
Wow, from Zimbabwe. Okay.
Wow. Hi from Egypt, moving to Berlin. Nice. Oh,
hey,
there's
Brie from Antalya. Oh, Botswana. Okay. Wow. This is really
look, and Turho is here.
Exotic today.
Hope your examinations are not so hard, Turho. We know you're studying and it's tough. Hola desde Mexico. Hello. From the train to Frankfurt. How's the connection in the train? That's
well, good you're on the train today and not tomorrow. Germany is currently being hit by a lot of strikes. So
true. So if you are traveling tomorrow, I think tomorrow and Tuesday, right? The big trains are on strike. So just watch out for that if you need to commute anywhere.
Including some airports, for example, Munich today also.
Your setup is amazing. Are those 3 iPads on the wall? No, it's 2 iPads and a Kindle. Actually, we got this pegboard from IKEA. It's so hard to point out.
Yes.
And then behind it is like a charging thingy.
So how about this? Jen's dream was always to have a pegboard.
One of my dreams.
Well, one that I've heard the most. And we never had space, not space nor utility for it. And now she got her dream come true. And she actually has 2 pegboards.
Yes, I have one upstairs, and one is downstairs in another room that I have specifically for building Legos and puzzles. If you don't know, I love Lego. So yeah.
That was not intended. That just came by accident.
Yeah. Anyway, so it's the very first live stream that we do from our very new house. Well, it's a flat, but we call it house because it's home. It's a home. Casita in Spanish, né? This is our new background, but I think it looks cool. What do you guys think? Folks, sorry, I want to be inclusive. From Madagascar. This is our office. Yes.
Correct. So
this is our office.
What do you see there? Oh my God, this is difficult. There, that's Jen's desk. And we're currently standing at my desk.
Yes. And if we need to type, it might be a little bit wobbly because the moment we put our hands on the table. Hi from Korea. Yeah. I actually bought this book. Can I point it? It's called Dune. Has anyone read it? Is it cool? I heard so many good things about it. That's a lie. I read the back cover and Googled it a little bit. That's the truth. But it sounds very interesting. I wonder if it's good. I think it's 1 out of 3 or 4 books. And there's a movie from it. So
I have no idea. It's sci-fi, so I'm out.
Ron doesn't like sci-fi. Dune, I saw the movie, but I felt like it was missing some serious content.
From the book?
Have you read the book? Usually books tend to be better than movies, right? If I get German passport?
Yes, of course.
Yes.
So the question is a very silly question. If I get a German passport, does it mean I get to live there forever, even retire here? Yes. If you get a German passport, you're a German citizen and you can live in Germany forever.
Well, not forever, until your life allows it.
As long as you like.
As long as you live.
How about that? Why is the reason behind the strikes? As far as to be honest, I didn't dig into it, into the news. But as far as I know, it's about pay, better or working conditions in general. So unions are quite strong in Germany, and this one is orchestrated, let's put it that way, by one of the unions called Verdi, and they are fighting for better rights for the workers. So that's what's behind it.
Yes, and usually strikes in Germany, I think it's very common, I would say, in Europe. You hear France also. I would say if you go
France is
by
the next
levels
level.
of strikes, France is super striky, then comes probably Germany. But the super interesting thing about strikes is that they tend to be you need a permission to have a
Yeah,
strike,
exactly.
and they're
They
very
need to be
coordinated
announced.
and announced, so at least you know when the strikes are. And they can also sometimes happen at the airports, meaning
Yeah,
your
of course.
flights can be canceled and you don't get to fly that
Like
day,
today and tomorrow.
like today and tomorrow. And then sometimes it happens with the regional train, sometimes it happens just with the local transportation. So it happens.
Not just transportation, also other areas, but those are, of course, the ones that the majority of people feel the most. Hence, that's why they're doing, because they have moment. How do you say? How? Because they have they
Momentum,
make
the
it
power.
painful. How about
Yeah,
that? Yeah.
totally. Look, Sturk is asking the question. How long did it take? Did it get?
You
What?
can also read there. You know.
Oh, that's a lot. Yeah. Okay. How long did it get did it take for you to what to get comfortable speaking German? I'm sorry, I'm a bit. Did you have phases where you felt like you weren't making enough progress, and what helped you keep motivated? The answer to all of that is yes. um, how long did it take you to get comfortable speaking German? To be very honest, I'm still struggling to feel comfortable to speak German. I think it depends on the day. Some days I feel like German is super fluid. I can have conversations. It's super, ongoing. Other days, especially if I had a very like hard day at work, let's
Like a
say, or
hard brain
thinking,
day. Yeah.
yeah, then speaking German really doesn't come fluently at all. I struggle to even say the simplest things, and I struggle to understand as well. Did I have phases where I felt like I did have making good progress? Yes, I've had that constantly. And what has kept me motivated? I think in that regard, to be honest, is Yvonne's family is what keeps me motivated to become learning German because, like for example, with Yvonne's granny, she's 94. Wow, and she only speaks German, right? And she's such a sweet lady, and of course, I want to have a relationship with her, and to be able to communicate with her, I need to speak German. Luckily for me, she speaks very slow and very nice. Then Yvonne's parents also. Well, your mom speaks other languages, but we speak German mainly, and also with your sister and brother-in-law. So I think it's your family that motivates me to keep at it. Otherwise, I don't know. How about the new citizenship law in Germany? Oh,
Well, as
inflation.
far as I know, it's not passed yet.
Yes.
So as far as I know, there was a lot of talk, especially in December, but nothing has been passed to talk about yet. Or correct me if I'm wrong, and I was just not on the news.
True. I think it hasn't passed yet. Yes. How is inflation affecting Germany? Yes. So it has affected inflation. Definitely, prices have risen, especially for the
I'd say generally speaking,
yes, for
everywhere
food and
food,
rent.
but generally speaking, in any area of life, but not just in Germany. I think this is a live a
The
world
world
topic.
thing, yes.
Um,
We're working actually currently on updating our cost of living, both the video and the guide that we have on our website
yes,
to
I've
make it a
been
bit more.
tracking here the month of March, so it's not over yet. And then we will be updating the guide on the website first, and then we will, of course, also record a new video on that topic with our new expenses, but also as far as we can tell, because statistics usually take time. So let's see what statistics I'll find that are already updated, but definitely
Yes.
give you new numbers there.
I would say hot tip if you are in Germany and inflation is affecting you as well, especially for supermarkets. I would try to avoid supermarkets like Rewe and Edeka. They tend to be on the pricier side of things. Um, and for example, our absolute favorite, if you know, it's Aldi because I would say it's also like a discount supermarket, but it's really high quality. And then you have other discount supermarkets like Lidl and Netto as well, which I don't know because we don't go to those, but but I think also it's quite okay, and prices are also cheaper than if you go to a Rewe or an Edeka, generally speaking. Wow, we have so many questions. Let's see. Someone was asking about the weather they were moving to from Jan. Let me scroll up here a little bit. I can't find it. I'm so sorry. Let's see. I moved to Germany around mid-September. What season is at the time, and what kind of weather can I expect? Either Bavaria or West State.
To be very honest, we don't know. Weather is a chocolate box. It's how do you say, like in Forrest Gump, life. Weather is like a chocolate of box of chocolates.
A box of chocolates.
Yeah, you never know what you'll get. For example, at this moment, the last week, the weather has been what we usually in Germany call Aprilwetter, like in April, where it's constantly changing, where we have rain, sun, clouds, wind, rain, sun, clouds, wind, in that order several times a day. And September is usually still nice, so temperatures are still very nice, maybe sometimes shorts, sometimes long pants, and a little sweater. Like it really depends.
Yeah, but I would say I heard from Fanny that my microphone is bouncing up and down. I hope this is better. I will hold it like this. But also September is the beginning, end of September is the beginning of fall. Can you mention that usually? Yeah. So just know that winter is not far away if you come.
Oh, fall first, a bit windier.
Yeah. Oh, look here. Yeah, Rashid just finished his C1 exam today. Congratulations.
Congrats.
I hope you passed. Let's see. I just finished.
How often does it rain in a year? I really love rain. Oh, you love rain. Oh, you'd love it
to
here.
Dusseldorf.
And my mood is always super good with rain, so I hope there's plenty of it. Yes, there is.
Yes. Hello, Maciel. Season, global warming, and constant surprise. Yes, that's true. How's life for a vegan in Germany? So we have we have a vegetarian friend and we have a vegan friend, and they both seem to be very happy. Actually, to the extent that last 2 weekends ago, there was it's called Veggie World, and it's like a whole messe, a trade fair just about the vegan world where vegetarian vegan, where you can where you could actually get to learn companies and.
I just still got a flyer.
Yeah, so I would say there are definitely a lot of options in regards to restaurants. I cannot honestly tell you because
there are restaurants, yes. Definitely. There are restaurants also always with an option, but there's also restaurants really just focused on veggie, vegan. So you will definitely get around. Supermarkets, there are options, of course, not as many as for the, like, let's say, regular food.
But I would say it depends on the supermarket. If you go maybe to a Bioladen, which also, so usually they tend to be.
I was referring to a regular supermarket, like Aldi, for example.
There he is. But if you go to like an Edeka, to Heide, for example, is the most super fancy one here in Dusseldorf, you have tons of options. And of course, they tend to be a little bit more expensive to buy these kind of things. If I move when I'm moving to Germany, what SIM card shall I get? That is a very complicated question. Not that complicated. I was going to say, highly depends on what you're looking for.
We have a video and a guide on that topic, to be honest. So why don't you go to simplegerman.com, and on the top right, you can search for SIM card, and you will find a guide with the best prepaid SIM cards. You can also look at mobile internet providers, and there you have all the tools you need to find the best option for you.
Yes, definitely. Oh, look, resume, translate or keep it in English. You two are great. Thank you very much. So this, so we actually have our latest video. I think we talk about the, what is it called? CV, German style CV, whether you should have one or not. And then we answer that question into detail. But long story short, I'm not going to send you to that video now. Long story short is you should translate it if you don't speak German. Because when you create a CV in German and if you don't speak German, the probability of you making mistakes in that CV is high. And of course,
and you just set the expectation that you're fluent in the language.
Yes.
That's, I would say, the number one next to the mistakes, number one reason. So use the language that you feel confident in and that you also ultimately would like to work in 90% of the time.
Yes, totally. And also additional to that, if you're interested, we have our CV template that we also released this month, which you can purchase. And it's a template that follows all the German, I don't want to say regulations, but the German style, with a very detailed ebook that shows you section by section how to fill the stuff. And we also answer the question in there.
Yeah, that actually goes along with the new section on the website.
Yes.
Also, we've added the template section where we have the German style CV template, but also others, also for free. So it's a mix of free and paid templates that is new, something we've been working on in the first month of this year. And we're quite excited to also hopefully extend that a little bit in the future.
Yes.
But this has been, for example, one of our focus areas.
Yes. If you have bought the template and you have liked it, please, it would be amazing if you could let me know. Yeah, get your feedback, how we can make it better, what can we improve, and stuff like that. That would be amazing. Thank you. What else do we have here? The Frank SIM card, yes. A very popular option. I can answer Abby's question.
Oh, we have here a very important question I think we need to answer.
Yes, which one?
Jan is asking when you plan to come to Berlin.
Berlin.
And that is a very, very fair question, because we have said that many, many times. However, we have unfortunately something to announce, which we, in a long discussion, came to the conclusion after looking into the Smoothly tour that we've talked about, that we will actually not do it, at least not this year. And the reason is very honest, and we need to be extremely direct and honest about it. The moment we start thinking and talking and planning it, we just felt completely overwhelmed and out of depth, and suddenly felt like we were event managers,
Yeah.
which totally took us away from what the core of Simple Germany is. So we decided to not do that, but rather focus, for example, on the template section. There's something else we're working on currently. Hopefully, we will be able to launch that soonish.
Yes.
That creates value in the bigger sphere. However, we do want to plan a few more events, spring, summer-ish, or whatever, summer-ish,
This year.
in Dusseldorf. So that is kind of like our hood, our home, where we would like to maybe take you around or just meet you. But we will not be traveling because that would be, we just were overwhelmed by that.
Yes, totally. Oh, someone here, can we help you set it up? Thank you very much. Maybe next year is a different topic. This year, I feel with especially the move that we had, it's been, and I would say it's the first year after COVID also that we have. So during COVID, we started Simple Germany, right? So it's the first year after COVID that we kind of are going back to normal life, and that's being self-employed, having like having to balance how much work versus not work, and all these things, and all with the projects that you mentioned that we have in the pipeline. It's currently a lot of effort to plan this music tour. But the Dusseldorf events, we will definitely announce them. So we will do a couple of them, not just one. So we will do a few of them. So then if you can join in Dusseldorf, then you're more than welcome. And maybe next year we can revisit the whole music tour, because it's an amazing idea. We would love to do it. But we decided for this year it would be a bit too much.
Sorry.
We hope you understand. Yeah. And what else we have here?
Do you do tax declaration by yourself or via an app? To be honest, we use a tax consultant because we need to have a tax declaration, and self-employed is a little bit more complicated than just being an employee per se. So
Yes.
we seek professional advice there.
Okay, how do you look German job market as cloud DevOps developer? Are you planning any meetup in Dusseldorf? Okay, we just answered that question about the meetup. How do you look at the German job market? So I always am of the opinion that if you're a developer, you have a really high chance of finding a job. It highly depends on multiple factors, of course. Which jobs are you applying to? Where are you looking for these jobs? We have, so for example, there's Arbeit Now, which is done by Adi. Adi is his name. He's a really cool guy, and he created this platform. He's a developer himself to actually scrape the internet for the English-speaking jobs, so you can look there for development jobs. And also, it highly depends on the CV that you're applying with. For
and your
example,
experience.
yes, totally. For example, we have I think we've shared this story. We have a Brazilian smoother who bought our CV German styles template, and he used it to apply for a job that he had applied before and got rejected, and then he got the interview. Even though he's a developer and he had applied and everything was a match with the skills, but he just got rejected for the job, and it was solely based on the CV. Same name, same picture, like nothing else changed.
He changed the format and the content based on the guide or written guide, and applied to the same position again, and then he got invited to an interview. Yeah,
So
that's
I would
the power of
yeah,
adapting your application to the German market.
totally. So I would say if you do nail those things, like applying for the right job with the right CV, your probability is high. If you fail in one of those, then maybe it's a little bit tougher to get a job as a developer with experience, of course. If you're a junior developer, that tends to be a little bit harder, unfortunately. What else do we have here? I met a girl from Germany.
Okay, I think the chat is currently planning an international party in Düsseldorf, and already some DJs is being discussed.
Wait, what? We
I
have
like
a DJ?
the initiative very much. I can't follow because I just saw 2 comments going around. Keep going, and we'll just read the chat later.
Oh, that's amazing! An international party in Düsseldorf. Wait, do we have a DJ here that just asked?
Yeah, Dr. Pola sounds like it.
Or maybe that's just your nickname. No, it says Dr. Frola, the DJ. Let's see. As a student moving to Germany for master's in coming September, should I look for and book accommodation before coming? If yes, when? Or look for it when it's there?
So
Good question.
I think for students it's a little bit different than if you're not coming as a student. For students, I would always try to seek accommodation by the university first if they offer such services. And if not, then I would try to look for a shared room, like a WG-Zimmer. Again, we have guides and videos on the topic that you can follow. And you can totally try to apply for that already from outside, like of Germany. When you are moving, not as a student, but to, let's say, a regular apartment, maybe not as a single, but with family or partner, From what we've seen recently with a lot of smoothlers that have been in touch with us, actually the advice that we also give to first move to a furnished short-term apartment is easier because the hurdle to get those is a lot smaller. And then look for a long-term, mostly unfurnished apartment once you're here, because then you can go see them yourself, you can meet the landlords. So that is the tactic that most are successful in, and that I would do the same way if I would move.
I agree. Here, do you guys like Schlagermusik? Oh my God, yes. Ivan doesn't like Schlagermusik.
It depends on the type of Schlagermusik, but yes, there are days when we are like sha la 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 la, singing along. But I would say the atmosphere needs to be the right one.
Yes, I agree. I totally agree. We actually talk about this topic also in the video of what is it, like the 3 unconventional tips to learn German.
Yes.
Because I also say that for me, listening to Schlagermusik also has helped me to not only understand German, but also a little bit the sense of humor and a little bit the kind of like the slang that gets used sometimes by the youth. Is my microphone better, Fanny? I hope so, because I've been holding this microphone now.
Okay, I just see Lauren say, "Wow, we have a DJ for the party." Okay, then.
Oh,
I'm curious to read that chat later.
okay.
So here, Richard, I think you've posted this question a few times. I just finished the Talk C1. How will it affect my permanent residence application? Will it have a positive impact? Yes, the better your German, it always has a positive impact. Matter of fact, for permanent residency and citizenship, you need to have a minimum B2 German certificate. So that is one step closer. So congrats.
Yeah, definitely. By the way, do you, especially Jen, have experience inviting, supporting parents, family for a short-term visit? Is it smooth? Any suggestions? To be honest, my family is very, very small, and actually, no, I have not had. What is your more like for visiting? Parents visiting? If so, have they needed a visa? I
For
think
Schengen, yes. Well, no, because they have the US passport.
yes. So my family has the US passport, so they don't need a visa to come in here. So I don't have the experience about that. But we do have Mexican friends whose family comes here like all the time, and they just apply for the visa and they're able to stay here up to 90 days, I
Yes,
think.
correct.
Especially has been very helpful when they get new babies, and then the parents are able to come for 3 months at a time, help out, and then go back home. They do that quite often in the year. And as far as we see, it's pretty smooth because we even are friends with the parents now because they come so often.
Yeah.
So that's pretty cool. The DJ offered. Oh, okay. My mind is okay. Thank you, Fanny. We have to renounce previous citizenship if you get German citizenship. Asks Angelina.
It depends
on your country. So it highly depends on whether your country allows you to have dual citizenship or not, or if your country. So Germany requests that you renounce your citizenship. In the case, for example, like me in Guatemala cannot. There's no law that allows me to renounce my Guatemalan citizenship. So even though Germany requests, Guatemala says, "Oh,
there's no answer from the other side."
Yeah, so then they allow me to keep both.
That is the current status. Yes. But there's also talks of changing that. Yes. But this is, as far as we know, again, just talks. Nothing is passed in terms of new laws or anything tangible. There we go.
I'm like, what you doing there? Is there differences living in NRW and Berlin in my soon-to-be case?
Yes.
How is it? Yes.
So we have a video on Berlin versus Germany. Yes. So the rest of Germany, go watch that. And it's a very big difference. Berlin is just like any other big city in the world. It has a lifestyle of its own, and it's not always comparable to the rest of Germany. Of course, it is Germany after all. You know what I mean?
Yes, totally. Well, you can definitely watch that video because we go into more detail for sure. Look, is bouldering a popular hobby in Germany?
Yes.
I hope I didn't scream too much. Yes, it's a definitely popular hobby.
There's tons of bouldering halls.
Totally.
Also outdoor nature.
Yeah. So definitely popular. How old are you? Is the question. How old are you?
35.
And how old am I? I'm 36.
I was going to say mid-30s.
Yeah, I would say I am past the mid-30s.
No, it's still mid-30s.
Well, 36 is beyond the.
No, I'm 34 to 36 is mid-30s.
I'm at the end of my mid-30s. How about that?
Okay, someone just says, hey, we need more of those lives. Yes, we're planning on doing one actually every quarter. So this is our spring live, and there will be summer, a fall, and a winter live.
Yes. We hope that's enough. If not, we can adjust it accordingly. What's your favorite food and restaurants? Ooh, good question. Favorite food? Food.
Okay, there used to be a time, while you're thinking, there used to be a time when Jen was asked that question and her answer was half, which is oats.
That is
And
oats.
the person asked was like, huh? How can this be your favorite food? So I think Jen said the definition depends. It depends on the definition of favorite
Favorite
food.
food.
Is it for me a favorite food? Is a food I can eat every single day and not get tired of it? Hence the answer of oats.
Which is true.
However, you say favorite food like the one you are most devouring, but you only eat once a month.
Grilled chicken. I love grilled chicken. I would say that's my absolute like, yeah, yeah, chicken wings. Pretty much anything has to do with chicken, maybe. I love chicken wings and grilled chicken. Those, yeah. If you give me those, I'm the happiest person. Yes. Can you do a video on investments in Germany? Yes, we plan actually to do that.
Yine. So it depends. It's always a little bit of a sensitive topic. We already have a little bit of content on it in terms of the best online brokers. That's we have a video and a guide on our website where you can already dig in a little bit. But yes, you're right. We do plan to look into it a little bit more, but we need to be careful, as you know, as we want to do things proper in what kind of information we voice. We voice how.
The voice.
There you
how.
go. English problems. Huh?
Cool. Viking 12213. Sorry, just registered on your website to get 7 smooth hacks. You should actually call them the smooth
Ooh,
hacks to save money.
speaking of the hacks.
Yes. Oh, yeah. Also, another thing we have here on the list to talk about. We totally forget about it. So actually, a few weeks ago, I started sending out a newsletter every Tuesday. That's a newsletter that I write myself, and I share stories. They can sometimes be funny and maybe not so funny about my life in Germany, and also some tips and random facts that might be interesting to you. So far, the feedback, I asked for feedback last week, and everyone was very kind enough to reply with very warm messages, how happy they were to be part of the newsletter. If you want to join the newsletter, I send again every Tuesday. You would get an email from me, and you could just go to
5 is our time.
yes, at 5 p.m. Yeah. So you can sign up at simplegermany.com/newsletter, and then is it slash another one that is like this? And then there you can
Dash, slash. No, slash.
slash,
Yeah.
slash. And if you sign up, then you would get my smooth. I should call it smooth newsletter, dude. Let's call it smooth Tuesday smoothly letter. But Angelina heard about someone that Lauren said something about.
So here, Tura was asking whether you want to tell a demographic of your viewers, where are majority of them from, and what age range, and so on. Just on curiosity. So I would say they're worldwide, as we see in this chat, but the majority of the viewers are in Germany. I would also say that. We can, of course, not know how many Germans are the ones that are in Germany and how many internationals. So that is also unknown to us. And I would say the majority. Let's just say we matched our age group, generally speaking, quite well.
Yeah, I agree. Here is are there nudist? Is nudist speech available in Germany? Yes. So you only have to look for the letters FKK, which stands for FKK.
Freikörperkultur.
Yes. There's also, even in lakes, there's sections of lakes that are FKK and not FKK.
Not all lakes. There's
Not
just
lakes.
one here in Düsseldorf. That's why Jen is referring to it.
Yes.
Yeah.
But also at beaches, you can also look for this, and then that's how you know it's a nudist place. Definitely a thing. Oh, sorry, Fadi, we couldn't answer your question. Chat is just going so fast. But we will. Here he says, unfortunately, I couldn't get my answer here. There. You can read it there. Hello from Kenyan. Hello, hi. Are you planning anything similar like T-shirts in the past? Asked Jan. That's a very good question. For the time being, not. But you never know. Never say never.
Yeah, not at this very moment, no.
But it could potentially happen. Yo.
Hey, hello, Pedro, and thank you very much.
Thanks, Pedro. How to return big Fenda, like 1.5 liter soda and also glass ones. How do you do that? Well, 1.5, you do it normal,
It's the regular plastic ones. Yeah, you do it at the supermarket. So there is a little machine, usually at the entrance or at the back, that you put it in if it has this squared little code. But you can see the image of it in our guide about Pfand or our video of recycling. Actually, we show you how. And glass depends on the bottle. If it's beer, then back to where you bought it.
Yes.
Getränkemarkt, or if you bought it in a supermarket, also that specific supermarket. And if it is, let's say, a can, like the one we use for the oil, like for like kidney beans or chickpeas, that goes into the glass containers that you can find on the streets.
Yes, definitely. Good
And
question.
wine bottles also go in there.
Yes, and also if you go to the streets, there's different colors of the glasses,
White,
brown and green,
green, and black. Yeah.
and then of course if it's brown, you put brown. No? Is there a way to bring a large amount of money to Germany without having a bank account there? Maybe an app?
Yes.
Yes.
So we use Wise, formerly TransferWise, hence the name, and they are amazing for transferring money in different currencies without needing an account. Also, Revolut is actually, we've looked into Revolut a bit more since your feedback on our last video, so thank you very much for that. They offer similar services and come with a European bank account at the same time. Yeah, but Wise is definitely international and location independent for transferring money.
Yes, with
For
low
less
transfer
money
fees.
than traditional banks.
Definitely. Could be your starting point for sure. Yvonne, do you speak Spanish?
I see.
You do actually. You speak quite good Spanish. I would say now my German is better than your Spanish, but no one is competing here.
Yeah, I think you have a little bit more exposure.
True. Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, we could speak more Spanish, even with our Latino friends who speak English, right?
Yeah, but no, that's not true. Sometimes we speak some Spanish.
True. Yeah. And then you also joke a lot.
Let's say, yeah, I speak some Spanish in a one-on-one conversation in groups depending on who is speaking. I follow. If it's like Mexican, Guatemalan, proper Spanish, I follow.
If it's Chilean,
Nah.
here, tell your favorite Spanish joke.
¿Qué hace una lata en el mar? Nada.
Which actually translates, what does a can do in the ocean? The answer is nothing. But in Spanish, that word also means swimming. Are you always very happy like now? Yes, I guess so. Of course, we have our more serious days, maybe grumpy days, but generally speaking, I would like to think of ourselves as happy.
Yes, yeah, me too. Very happy. Total. How big is our team? 1, 2, plus Julia, our amazing YouTube editor.
Yes, so that would be 3.
And earlier this year, actually, Zuza, a very good friend of ours, contributed a few guides to our website about the topic of pregnancy and giving birth in Germany, because she is a mother and has recently given birth. And we wanted that to be the most authentic possible, which is why we didn't write that ourselves.
Definitely. Have you traveled with Flixtrain? Is it really that bad? We have seen mixed opinions and we're not sure about it anymore. I have not traveled with Flixtrain. I have traveled with Flixbus. And I would say, I mean, you kind of get what you pay for, right? But at the end of the day, I got to my destination on time. It's just I took the bus from Dusseldorf to Dresden, so that's a very long stretch. And we would actually, and we even stopped through Berlin, so it's even longer. And I would say it was a comfortable bus. There were restrooms. You sleep in the bus. It's a very long ride, and then you arrive, and it was totally fine. The train, I haven't taken it, but I could imagine it might be a similar experience. As long as you probably Flixtrain, what's the cheap airlines also?
Ryanair.
And Ryanair, they have very strict restrictions with maybe luggage and stuff. As
and
long
like
as you drive to
the
it.
seats are tighter. I mean, at the end of the day, like Jen said, you get what you pay for. At the end of the day, the question is always, I think, money versus comfort or time very often. So that's really a triangle that you need to answer for yourself, but we don't have to.
Yes. I heard that if I want to study in Germany, I had to study 1 year in my country. Is that right? And I think it highly depends on the university that you're applying to, because if you are applying to a university it's only in German, yes, you do need to actually. I think the reason for this is that you need to speak German. So if you cannot prove that you have a certificate for German,
but we have to study 1 year in my country.
But I would say that's really, again, just because you need to speak German. If you have C1 and B1 in German, but I would say in this case, we don't know because we're not students, but the best option is to find the universities you're interested in and see what their requirements are for applying, and then take it from there.
I recently got a SIM by Kongstar, 13 gigabyte for 25 euro. Is that a monthly thing? I'm not sure. So is that a good option, a good buy? Well, okay, since we're dropping here brands now, and someone asked about SIM card beforehand, if you look at our guide or the video, how about what I have? I have a Simon Mobile. It is so it's a contract base, but I can cancel it monthly kind of thing. So for me, it's the best of 2 worlds. It's not prepaid, not a 2-year contract. And there I currently get 10 gigabytes for €9 a month. So
That's a pretty
if
good
you look
deal.
at what you just searching for 25, I would say Sima Mobile in that case has a better offer. You can look at the guide or the video, and there you can find more information.
Sorry, every time you tell us this Turio, and we should call you Joe.
True. Oh
And we
man.
forget every time.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry. Thank you again for the explanation. So sorry. Yes, okay, yeah. Someone also mentioned that we also mentioned this in the video about the prepaid cards. But oh, you have not been ripped off. I mean, you can still cancel the contract,
No, and
right?
it's just Simon has a very, very unique offer. There's
Yeah,
no other offers like that on the market. So it's just, I'm pretty sure there's tons of other companies that have the Kongster offer. It just highly depends.
I agree. Um, glad you like the homesickness video.
Hmm.
What are our plans for 2023? Oh, so many plans.
So many plans.
Yeah.
And the crazy thing is 3 months already over.
Yes. Oh, wow. We're almost in April. That is crazy stuff. So let's see. So simple Germany plans, as we mentioned, we want to plan some Dusseldorf events. So definitely that is coming. We will announce it with time. It's not going to be so spontaneous like the last meetup we had last year. What else? We have some other things in the pipeline, which I think we want to be mysterious about.
And we hope
But one
that
thing,
will help tremendously.
yeah, but one thing I can announce, right? Mr.
You want to announce
I
it?
want to talk about this.
Okay.
I have actually been, I have put it on hold, but it's almost done. I want to create, I call it Banky, maybe
Banky
Mr.
the bank
Banky.
butler.
Yeah. And this is mainly like a form that you fill out with your information. The problem is that in Germany, not every bank accepts every nationality. And also every bank asks for different things like a residence permit and all these things. And it's really hard to go bank by bank and figuring out which one you can
If
apply
you are
to.
not from the mainstream nationalities.
Yes, exactly. So with Mr. Banky, I call him Mr. Banky, you'll be able to fill in a form, and then it will give you the possible banks that could accept you based on your nationality and who you are in the process of living in Germany. Yeah. So that's one thing. We have other few projects in the pipeline. And then for traveling, we have also a few plans,
Yes.
travels.
Yeah.
We
We actually,
go ahead. You can say.
we in a month or so, we will. Jen has never been to Prague, so we will go see Prague for a little long weekend. So that'll be exciting.
Yes, I'm very curious because I lived in Budapest for 2.5 years, almost 3, and I never made it to Prague. And everyone keeps on comparing Budapest to Prague, so I'm very curious and I want to see Prague.
Want to build your own opinion.
Yes. We also plan to go to the Black Forest this year. I'm very curious also about the Black Forest. If you have any tips about the Black Forest, it would be awesome if you can share them because we are doing the research at the moment, and it looks amazing. You know, it looks very pretty down there in the south. Southern Germany is so pretty. I always say that. Yeah. What else?
What else? We will go later in the year. We will go sailing with my sister and brother-in-law, who are great sailors. So it's the first time for us, and we are very curious in how that goes for you specifically, because Jen tends to have a little bit of seasickness.
It's an experiment. Yeah. So that's going to be quite interesting. Yeah. Let's see. Do any of you play video games? If yes, which ones? Yeah. So I used to play video games. Why are you looking like that?
I've never seen you play a video game.
I have the Nintendo Switch and I played video games. Like I played Mario Odyssey, which was amazing. But that was about it, what I played with Nintendo Switch. So I would say when I was younger, I played a lot more video games and it was usually Nintendo stuff. But other than that, currently, although I wish I would play video games, you know? Yeah, but have you been to Budapest, Melissa Martinez? Because you say we're going to learn this city, but I'm kidding. It's just
Sorry, your topic changed. Someone is asking, Brew lover, whether Bonn or Neuss are more pedestrianized. So Bonn is definitely more busy than Neuss, no offense.
no.
But no, Neuss is tiny. And I would say Neuss City, if whatever you don't find, usually come over to Düsseldorf. Neuss, for those who don't know, Neuss is just on the other side of the Rhine from Düsseldorf. And Bonn has a proper city center, very beautiful, very historic. So anywhere in Germany you can walk. It's all pedestrianized. When you are in a city per se, and not in a village, you would most likely need a car. But I vote for Bonn.
Bonn is a very beautiful city. Yeah. Oh, thank you very much, Nick, for the contribution. 3 months tomorrow, we fly out there. Yay! Has a new place all settled in and happy with the house area. Love it. Yes, it's been a massive, for the positive change. We are in such a very peaceful area of Düsseldorf. It's super quiet. We actually take walks every day, which are peaceful, not feeling like the tram is going to run us over every time that we exit the house. Moving has been, I would say, a lot more challenging than what I
So
expected.
I think what you're referring to, the move itself was totally fine and
Super
great,
quick,
and
yeah.
we're actually planning a video on that in the near future
Yes.
to share here our insights and how it's done best when you're moving within Germany. I think what we totally underestimated, and what do you mean with more challenging, is the settling in part in terms of house decoration and
So,
furnishing,
yeah,
because we've never done that together.
yeah.
We've
We didn't
actually
have anything really.
actually both only moved into furnished flats like ever,
Yeah.
too. So this was our first big move, and we realized, shit, we don't have much. And the hardest for us to find were
We're like dining
dining
man.
chairs.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And actually super funny, we got them in Cologne, and if you don't know, Cologne and Dusseldorf have like a little thing going on, like there's always jokes, right? And then as we were giving the address for the delivery, the guy in the Cologne's like, I don't know if we can deliver it to that city. Yeah. Of course, it's a joke. They delivered it, right? Oh, thank you, Viking213. Thank you very much. Love my new haircut. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Pedro.
Thanks a lot for your recommendations for the Schwarzwald. Und moin zurück.
Wait, there was another interesting question here. Joe asked, what was the reason for the change in location to Simple Germany? And also another question that we can combine it is, do you do Simple Germany full time?
Yes.
Well, the answer is yes, we do Simple Germany full time. It's our full time. I wouldn't even call it job. I would say it's a full time
life.
Because it's not. It doesn't feel like a job.
Well,
really.
and it's more or less our life, right?
Right.
Yeah.
I meant it to become more like a project. In what sense is really, I love working. Also, it's not good, right? But
investing time.
Yes, to developing Simple Germany. And we moved because before we used to have an apartment, and then that apartment was very small, and having two people all the time in this apartment all the time was a bit too much. So we had an office. Yeah, a little bit sometimes with love. We had an office, and then that office unfortunately also didn't work out fully because our life is so intertwined with Simple Germany that sometimes we had things in the apartment that we were missing in the
But that was not
office.
the main reason. The main reason was that, I mean, we've talked about it endlessly in our videos. We've been done the good German complaining about it. Yeah? That it was just it was very old. It didn't have insulation, meaning it was super hot in summer and really cold in winter. The wind was blowing through the roof. So it was the roof, an attic apartment. Through the roof, you could literally stand there and feel the wind that you see outside. So that was not cool. It was on the last floor and no elevator, but the main thing was the noise.
Yes.
So it was very close to trains, but we had 3 massive big constructions started right next to us, so that literally every day it was like the house was like this, exactly like this, and that was just the breaking point to say that's not unbearable.
Yeah. So then we looked for a new place, and then we decided we wanted to have the office at home again. And so then we found this flat where we currently live, and it's been pretty amazing. Great.
Thank you, Alicia and Kat, for your support, and happy
Thank
first
you.
day of spring. First day of spring, meteorologically, I don't know, but thank you.
Thank you, Elisa. Thank you very much. Well, can you do a video about different kinds of breads? We have done a video about different kinds of breads. You can find it in our channel. You just put Simple Germany breads, and you will see the video that we have created for you. On what floor do you currently live? We live on the second floor.
Yes.
Yeah.
How do you count this now? I like the walls. They are white. No, they were painted.
Yeah, they're white, but we didn't paint them ourselves. It would look very different if we would have done it ourselves.
Yes, exactly. It's very calm. That's what we were actually aiming for. We can do a lot of focus work here, way more than before.
Thank you very much, Praveen. Thank you more smoothly. Here, Adi Bear, you have asked this multiple times. I wanted to answer you. I'm only 17, moving to Berlin from Egypt. I will be doing an Ausbildung and living alone. I don't know anybody. Can you give me some tips on what to do and how to plan my day? So what are you going to do in Ausbildung?
Ausbildung.
I would say for the Ausbildung, maybe leave your house. If you need to be there at 8 and the app tells you it takes you 40 minutes, plan an hour, just because maybe it's going to be a new environment for you. You might miss the train, take the wrong one. It happens. That's definitely a tip. And then I would say just enjoy it. Berlin is a very vibrant and amazing city.
I was going to say your day will be a little bit planned by the schedule of your Ausbildung, right? And that is also your first point of contact in terms of people. So depending on what kind of company and the culture it is, I would definitely try to engage yourself there and build connections. And then go from there. I think every day or week can be maybe a little goal setting. Like the first, you want to achieve to take the right public transportation. You want to achieve to talk to your new colleague every day. You want to achieve to go explore the restaurant scene. You want to achieve to find a sports club. So there's so many things to do, but all on your own time, depending on what speed of movement you like.
Yes, definitely. Have you been to Morocco before?
I have, yes.
I have not yet, but it's also on the list.
So interesting enough, I have been there actually only with the cruise ships. So mainly all the ports, but also went to Marrakesh and very, very nice, very beautiful. Love the culture.
And the food?
Well, except the cilantro.
Because you also eat a lot of cilantro.
So,
It's also cilantro.
I don't like cilantro.
I love cilantro.
And no, it does not taste so good for me. It just overpowers everything else. I don't taste anything. Sorry.
Dusseldorf, yeah. Why is it so cold in Dusseldorf? I don't know, dude. I don't know. Plus, if you look like in the weather around the world, everything seems to be super crazy at the moment.
Yes.
I think Miguel said it good at the beginning with the global warming stuff. How did we meet? There's a question here from Joe.
Whoa. You are very good at asking the right questions. Just like last time, you always ask the questions of, we have a video coming up, and we do have a video coming up. And Jen said it was time to tell our story, how we met. So we did.
Yes. So we will let you wait for the video.
Yes, in this case, yes.
We're coming up in a little bit, like in a few weeks.
Pedro tastes like soap. Well, how about we don't like it? I agree on that.
I have joined a software company this month in Dusseldorf, but feeling bored here. What things can I explore around? That is a very good question. Okay, so Dusseldorf. Okay, that's a very good question because what can you explore? If you're into art, I don't know if you've been to K20 and K21. They're very popular art museums.
Yeah, museums, by the way.
There's tons of other art museums. KIT, which is Kunst im Tunnel, which is art in tunnel. Actually, that's the translation. And I think the magic of Dusseldorf really happens when good weather is around because other than that, there's the film museum that you can also explore in the city center.
I mean, there's tons to do. It just really depends on what you're into. If you are into nightlife, go to the Altstadt. And if you're into meeting people that like bars, go to an Irish pub, and you'll definitely meet new friends.
Definitely, yeah.
That's how we met and how we had friends in the early days of Dusseldorf.
Yeah, I agree. There's also the expat meetup that happens. Is it every Thursday? No, the last Thursday of the month. There's a Facebook group that you could join, and there, if you want to meet people, you can actually join that. It's a big meetup that happens also in the city center and an Irish pub. Yeah. What else? It highly depends on what you're into. Maybe you can tell us a little bit what you're into, and then we can get more information. When you meet while playing sports like soccer, yeah, we played Gaelic football. It's called. It's an Irish sport. It's a very funny sport. The video how I met my German wife, Jen married Cynthia.
To be honest, we are not allowed.
What is the question?
The question is, card holder and the expert employer says you're not allowed to be self-employed. However, he has an app in his own app store, which gives him like $10 a month, whether that is still okay or he should consult a lawyer. The latter. Well, not a lawyer, more like a tax consultant. Well, actually also immigration. So yeah, advice, we cannot give it to you. And if it's not allowed, I would just say it's allowed.
Yeah, but definitely consult, and you can definitely maybe ask the Ausländerbehörde if they can extend it. Oh, Jan says visit Bratislava, which is the capital of Slovakia, and it's yes, we have both been to Bratislava, funnily enough, separate times. I definitely visited when I was in Budapest.
And we took a picture, the same picture at the same location, but like I think a year apart from each other.
Yes,
like that.
And I printed those pictures when I proposed. Actually, I printed those pictures, and we have the same, like the picture in the same location but different times, and that was pretty cool. That was Bratislava.
If you have the opportunity to work full-time remotely, do you gonna stay in Germany? Yes, because we can work from anywhere technically, and we have followed the sunshine calls. How about that? Of Portugal and Spain, and checked both countries out to see if there would be something for us, and we have concluded that they are beautiful to visit, but we would not like to live there, and have really come to the conclusion through those tries that Germany, more specifically Düsseldorf, is our home, hence the move.
Yes. It has been, everyone has to goes through, sorry, I'm thirsty.
Yeah, this is of course our opinion. Everyone is different, everyone looks for different how do you say, has different priorities in life.
Yeah.
But for us, there were just too many things that we didn't like, that we like about Germany. And then again, we're here from central Germany, so it's yeah, I think way more authentic and helpful for you also if we are here on the ground. So yeah, and that's actually why we decided to move to because we plan to be here alone.
Yeah, and I would say for me especially, it was like, because obviously I would complain a little bit about the winters, but actually trying different. We tried Portugal and Spain for a little bit, and both were not. There were certain things. I think I'm just Germanized at this point. It's been 11 years almost for me living in Germany, so I miss a lot of things in Germany that I missed, which is crazy. You have never expected that to be the outcome.
Kat here is for recently started getting interest in Formula One and looking for a bar to work in Dusseldorf. So literally all the Irish bars, Irish pubs have sports on the streets nonstop. Not always Formula One though, so I'm not
I would say
100%
Formula
sure.
One, but you know what? If you go to a pub called McLaughlin's, which is in the city center, they tend to. If it's a Saturday afternoon, they're relatively empty.
The race is on a Sunday,
Sorry.
usually at 2, depending on where. Sometimes it's in the evening.
Thank you for the clarification. But there, usually, if you ask the bartender, they sometimes can be nice enough to put it on.
Yeah, even because
highly
they have
depends.
several screens, even in the back. It's a bigger space. Check that one out. No.
Can you make videos on car fines and how to avoid it? I think it's the same question. So, yes, how to avoid car fines in Germany? That's a good question. I would say follow the rules.
I was gonna say,
But the question is, what are the rules? I think that's the big thing, right? So that's the topic. One thing for sure, if there's a speed limit, follow it. Although I always complain that Germans never follow the speed limits, but they're smart because they know where the radars are. And then when the radars come,
not always, and sometimes just like the other day, we have like a mobile radar where the police is actually there with the little radar gun.
Yeah.
No, but follow the speed limit. I mean, 10 over speed limit is usually and well, fines. I mean, what other fines do you have? You have parking tickets. I would say that's the most common fine next to speed related fines. And there, just be always sure. I mean, even us, whenever we park, we always walk up and down the street, check the signs to be sure either that there are no signs or B, to read them properly and either pay at the meter machines. Sometimes there's. That's why we always have a pouch of coins in the car.
Yes, very helpful.
Yeah. Or put the Parkscheibe. We did a little short on that, like the blue park thing. They indicate the hour or half hour when you arrived, and usually there's a sign telling you how long you're allowed to stay with them, and that's for free as long as you put it. If you don't put it, you can get fined.
You get fines, yes.
Yeah.
So, and I would say definitely fines are a thing. Now on like we've seen the Ordnungsamt is the famous one that goes on the street and checks if everyone has followed the rules, and if not, they give a fine. Look, here's a funny question. I know it's not a funny question. A question I want to answer. Sorry. I want to start a YouTube channel in Germany. Is there anything I need to be aware of? You could watch the last video I think we did, which is how to start a side hustle in Germany. There we go specifically if you want to start a YouTube channel. We also provide some information about that and some resources that can help you out.
But from the law side, the biggest thing is, are you allowed or not from your residence permit?
Yeah.
From outside the EU.
Thanks, Pedro. Look here. Has Yvonne been to Guatemala? How has your experience?
Love it. So other than that, I think we talked about it also in some video. I don't remember what is on camera and what is just in regular life here. In RIL.
IRL, as the young people call it.
Anyways, IRL. Yeah, so I was very shushed in terms of violence in the very, very first time.
I did not mean to shake this. I'm sorry.
Yeah, especially in the city, so Guatemala City, the one and big only city. But other than that, in terms of people and nature and culture, amazing. I know it 3 times, and we're going again in December for the 4th, and I'm very excited.
Yes, we're invited to a friend's wedding, so it's actually going to be your first Guatemalan wedding.
Yes.
So I hope you take your dance shoes. Do you recommend visiting Dusseldorf during Japan Day? That answer will depend on what do you like. So Japan Day in Dusseldorf is very highly influenced by I had the name anime, manga, yes. So it's kind of like carnival in a way. So a lot of people are dressed up in the sense that a lot of people are dressed up in the city center. I meant with the costumes. There's a lot of people with costumes. So, and it's very packed.
I was gonna say, if you like crowds.
Yes. And there's like a lot of stands. To be honest, the few times that I've been to Japan Day, I have never actually seen what's in the stands because there's just so many people around them that I can't really distinguish. It's definitely a big day if you're into manga and these things. It's definitely a thing that you should consider. If not, then maybe.
I mean, there's a great fireworks at the end, which people say they're the best of the year.
Yeah.
So that's also happening. So it really highly just depends. Like, definitely an event.
Yes. When you go out on Sundays, where do you go? And since most places are closed. Ooh, you can actually have you seen the video about like Sundays in Germany where we actually say that not everyone or everything is closed. But to be very honest, lately Sundays have been
Decompressing days.
yeah, because or also the days that we meet with friends, I wanted to say. Yeah, so that's where we go to visit friends, hang out with others. If not, we go to the garden center, which is open on Sundays.
What we got, for example, that plant.
Which currently is dying, I think. But we can check it out. If not, if it's a very beautiful day, we go out for a hike or a walk. So I would say it's a little bit more of a relaxing day and decompressing than full activities and shopping.
I think at the moment, but we're still settling in. So I think hopefully at some point that will be more activity driven again.
Here, Betta's asking, how many countries have you visited, Ivan? Maybe the question is how many have you not visited?
That is a mean question to ask. This is a good German, of course. I have a number in mind, but I don't want to say because I don't want to.
You should say it. Yeah. I would say, but it's highly influenced because you worked in cruise ships for 4 years, right? And of course, that allows you to travel a lot in a very short amount of time. Like your job was traveling.
What kind of foods do you guys often eat together? So actually, next to the newsletter, Jen also started every Tuesday to do a LinkedIn post with other valuable information. And the last post was actually exactly about that, about how we structure our meals, because they were a little bit tedious to always think of it on the spot. And we actually work with a meal plan. And there's a picture in the last post, and there you can see the meals that.
Yes, but to answer a little bit your question, we tend to eat very simple and what we believe are healthy dishes, and they're quick to make, less than 15 minutes. On the weekend, we cook a little bit longer because we like cooking together. Ivan is the main cook, and I am the sous chef. So I'm in charge of the class, like cutting things, washing things, preparing things for the chef to do her art. Will you do a meetup in Germany anytime soon? Yes, we answered this question. Apparently, there's going to be an international expat meetup in Dusseldorf. No, but we're not. We had an answer smoothly tour where we were planning to do a tour around Germany, but we have decided not to do that this year. Instead, we will plan some meetups in Dusseldorf, which we will announce in time, so we can hopefully hang out together for a little bit.
Cologne Rodeo. Is there any barrel racing?
Oh, what is
no
this?
idea.
Oh, I have
Now
no idea
you are
what it
telling
is.
me something new here. I don't know. I've never heard of the Cologne Rodeo.
Look, heard we can get some money back when we take empty bottles back to the supermarket. How does this work and what kind of bottles? So this is a famous Pfand. There is a P there.
Pfand.
And you can also check our video about recycling in Germany. We have a section on what the Pfand is and how you can return the bottles.
And even also, we have a very detailed guide only on Pfand, not like on recycling, but also only on Pfand, where we actually have pictures and descriptions of all the different kinds. And for some you get money, for some you don't. We already talked about it briefly here, so I don't want to repeat myself. Check out the Pfand article on simplecoming.com, and they will have the answers.
Yes, definitely. Ivan, even you put like some pictures and stuff, right? Oh, that's interesting. How do you guys see Germany's future with Gen Z? Not heard stuff. What have you heard?
I don't know. But this one is interesting. Can you please do a video about how to manage physical documents? I reached Germany last month, and the documents are already going out. I'm gonna unclick myself very quick because I've got something to show you, which I haven't.
Okay. Actually, I was pitching to Ivan for a while, and everything shook. So sorry. I was pitching. Maybe we have double audio. I was pitching to Ivan recently that we should actually have simple Germany binders, paper binders, because this is.
Wait.
I want to show it.
I want to show it.
Okay, you want to show it
because we actually went our way to find a purple one. Usually they're gray. This is what you do, and then you label it. This is our simple Germany paperwork, beautiful binder, and this is one of what 50 others for other private things. And once you start, you don't stop.
You can't stop.
Yeah.
So paper binders are your friend. That's how you can manage it. And you can bind them. Yeah, either online, of course, on Amazon, or you can go to there's Müller is
It's a Drogeriemarkt
but also,
slash
yeah,
office supplies.
there's
Mac paper?
Mac Paper,
Mac paper.
Paper, and there's random also sometimes a DHL or
Mhm.
postal office. They sometimes have binders that you can purchase. So you can find them here and there when you find them. If you want to keep them in order, that would be our advice. Very organized and well done, says Fanny. Thank you very much.
I've heard Ljubljana and Zagreb are supposed to be nice for having holidays. And have you two or both been to those places? Yes, we've actually both been together to Ljubljana, and it's been really pretty. We were generally super surprised by the country, Slovenia, and it's really beautiful and super underrated. And the city has rather small, but still very pretty. Zagreb, I have not been. Have you?
I have not been to Cyber, but it's also on our list. We want to do a road trip there, maybe. Excellent.
I don't know.
Here. Thank you very much, Prasad. My friend always asks, how do you know so many things about Germany? And every time before I say anything, she's like, please no, don't say Jen anymore. That's
Thank
awesome. You're from India. I read it in the last comment. I was not able to answer. Sounds stupid, but could you explain, is it safe to consume raw sliced packed meats? Nothing is stupid. Don't say that. And
so, may I answer that one?
Yes, please.
So the word that got my attention is packed. So if you have raw packed meat, I would not eat that raw. However, what is very common in Germany and other places like France, when you think of pata in Germany, it's more like the met. So it's like ground beef that is raw, and that if you get it from a butcher fresh, that people eat raw, especially here in our area in Carnival. Packed meat, I would not eat raw.
Yeah, there you go. Are you getting the 49 euro ticket as the last question?
No, not really, because we don't really use the public transportation often enough. So the 49 euro ticket will start in May, as far as I'm informed, and it's kind of like the new variant of the 9 euro ticket from last summer, and it will most likely be. So it's one ticket, which you can use the, how do I say it in English? The Nahverkehr, so the local transportation system all over Germany, meaning the buses, trains, S-Bahns, and regional trains, but not the ICE or IC trains, so not the big ones operated by Deutsche Bahn. And for it to be worthwhile, here a ticket costs like 3 euro around.
Yeah, Dusseldorf.
Yeah, so it's not worth it. You can use it often enough to have 49 euro ticket.
What we usually do is get the tenor tickets.
Exactly.
So it's 10 tickets for a price, and then every time we use the public transportation, we won. And that is for us the best variant.
Yeah.
Which leads to answering really the last question from Viking 213. Do we use our own car, use bikes and public transportation?
Why do you say last question? I didn't see it's already 5:02.
It's already
that is
5:02.
Crazy. I could keep on here. We use our own car, yes, now more than before, and we cycle, we walk.
Yes, so we do all three. No running. Okay, last question. Hey, Jen, did you have to pass the German B1 test to get a permanent visa? The permanent visa, no.
For the citizenship.
For the citizenship, yes. So for the permanent visa, I didn't have to actually prove my German skills. I just laughed at the guy's jokes all the time. And that was, no, I'm kidding, that's not true. It was actually a lot smoother, but for my citizenship, I did have to provide a certificate. And this highly depends also of the immigration officer, the office, the country, the state you're in, and all these things. Anyway, so it's 5:02. Thank you everyone for joining.
Yes, thank you
Thank you,
much.
Joe. Thank you, Viking.
So there won't be a video tomorrow, as usually when we do live stream on Sundays, we skip the video on Monday. So we hope you have a lovely Monday afterwards. And for everyone that has joined or wants to join Jen's Tuesday's newsletter, Smoothly newsletter, then you can go to simplegerman.com/newsletter and join there, or follow her on LinkedIn for other information on Tuesday.
Yes, we can put the link to all those stuff in the description of this live stream when it ends, so you're not like, what did they say? Anyways, thank you so much for joining, taking time of your beautiful Sunday to hang out with us. As always, it has been a really, really fun time, and we should definitely do it. We said already once per quarter, right? We will do a live stream. Maybe do a little bit more. I don't know. Thank you, everyone, for your feedback. Thank you. Yes. It's so nice. I wish I could just sit here.
Yeah, I also just want to keep on reading.
Anyways, thank you very much. Have a great Sunday. Perfect time because it's starting to drizzle again in
In
Dusseldorf.
Düsseldorf.
So hope you enjoy your Sunday and have a great week ahead. And see you next time. Cheers.
Tschüss.
We need to click on. Okay, where's the mouse? I found it. Okay, now for sure. Cheers.
Tschüss.